Hello, my name is Steve Barty. I'm the Executive Director of Pet Alliance of Greater Orlando. So in recent years, Pet Alliance has been transferring in a lot more dogs and cats. This started in a robust manner after Hurricane Maria hit Puerto Rico. So in the past 18 months, we've transferred in more than 2,500 animals. And transfers, sometimes that we know like weeks in advance we're gonna do it, and other times we know a day or two. Right before Elsa came in, I got a call at 7:15 in the morning from a colleague saying, hey, Dixie County's shelter is, the area is already flooded and they're worried about the animals. So I reached out to Kathy Burns and I said, hey, I know you're busy, I'll go with you. And I don't normally go on transfers, but they're fun. So Kathy and I got in the van I think we were in the van by 10 o'clock and got to Dixie County, and they call it a shelter, I call it a pavilion with some fencing around it. It literally was a pavilion next to the jail that just had some fenced crates around it, and it was on a cement slab and there was water surrounding it, and we knew that this was before the storm hit. So we said there were 38 dogs, we took 28 of them and partnered with another group who took 6 of our 28, and then a third group took the remaining 10. The one dog I really remember is Chantilly, the little white mixed breed dog, because it's probably the only dog on a transfer that I've ever said, take that dog, just because her face, she had Demodex, mange, all over her face. She just looked pathetic. And I thought, well, we at least get her out. And I knew that Megan, one of our fosters, would probably take her in.
So Chantilly came the beginning of July, and the shelter manager sent me pictures to see if I would be able to foster her. And when she came in, her case was pretty severe. Her pictures were not that pleasant, to look at. Dogs with Demodex mange also have secondary infections, which causes them to itch and scratch a lot. They typically have inflammation, and a lot of times they're kind of swollen when they first come. So they're looking for comfort, they're looking for soothing, looking for you to cuddle them. It's not always the nicest, but we do it. That's what I'm there for. But yeah, so it is a lot of discomfort and scratching. So they get medicated baths twice a week. And as the baths and the medication, everything starts making that impact, takes effect, then the swelling goes down and the itchiness decreases. So today, Tilly had vet check with Dr. Anderson. The Demodex mites that we have been treating live in the hair follicle. So even though we have been working so hard to grow her hair, she did have some spots that were shaved today. And then they scraped them to get deeper layers of the skin in order to put them under the microscope and check for mites. They aren't pleasant, but they're not painful. And the hair will grow, right back, and nobody will ever know that was done.
So Chantilly looked pretty bad when she got here. She had a generalized skin infection from mange, from demodectic mange, which is a mite that lives deep in the skin follicles, and so that's how it causes either a superficial or sometimes a deep skin infection. So she had a deep skin infection on her face, and that's why she's had a lot of scarring. So she was happy, most of these dogs are bouncing all over the place, even though they're really itchy and red and their skin is draining. And she wasn't as bad as some of the ones we see where they come in and they're depressed. And, she was happy from the beginning, but she needed some help.
You're good job.
All right, so Chantilly looked really good today. Her skin scrape was negative and her infection is gone. So we are going to put her on tomorrow's surgery list to spay her, and she will go up for adoption.